let's talk about being authentic on Instagram. I'm sitting here with my 4-year-old daughter, who's very patient and playing something on her iPad, plus modern technology. It is almost 8 o'clock here, so that's why we're all a bit, had to reschedule. I made a little presentation for you, which I thought I am going to share. And for this, I should share my screen, this one, and then we can get started. I hope you all see this. Wait. Am I unmuted or not?
Yes, you are now.
Good. Well, what I was saying, being authentic on Instagram is so important these days because we all know that there are so many users joining the platform every single day, and it's very easy to get overlooked. So being authentic for me stands as having your own brand, being recognized at a glimpse of an eye. And before I dive in, I just want to introduce myself a little bit more because, well, some of you might not know me. And I made this lovely little presentation, which I really hope is going to work now. Yes, look, it's me. So who am I? My name is Christine. I'm coming originally from Germany, so excuse my English. Right now I'm living in Sweden with my family, my husband and 2 kids. I do have a BA in fashion business, which is basically what I studied and worked as a buying assistant for a couple of years. While I was on maternity leave, I thought I'm going to change the path and did a diploma in interior design, which is what I'm doing now, as well as carpentry, because I love working with wood and working with everything with my hands and painting and, the whole thing. And now I'm running my multi-channel Instagram account and business under Terra and Tin. So if you haven't looked at my page yet, you probably should do that right now because it's quite different from your regular interior accounts. I like color and texture, and as you see in this picture on the presentation. Right, Instagram. So what do I show on Instagram? I do a lot of DIYs. I focus mainly on doable and relatively affordable ones. I'm sitting in my kitchen, which I basically DIYed 100% for 3 years in a row. Every year it's going to get a new look, and that's done with paint and basic woodwork. Then I do interior design. This is mainly for clients, and I work, I would say 80% online with virtual clients all across the world. So I had some customers in Australia and America, Germany, a bunch in Sweden, which aren't living close to me. And especially during Corona, that really helped because my business was already set up sort of to work virtually. Then one of my favorite parts of what I do is I paint custom murals. So the image you see on this presentation is actually in our hallway, and that's painted. It's not wallpaper. So I'm trying to branch out and work in schools or cafes, businesses or even homes, and just paint something fun on their walls. Another part of my Instagram account is actually a home workshop, which is connected to my website. So I'm selling a few interior items such as cushions and blankets and everything sort of we need to get real cozy. And the last but not least part of my business is that I do from time to time content creation for other brands. So in the past I have worked with let's name a few. I have worked with Samsung, multiple wallpaper companies, some interior shops, and those things. And with Foyr, I mean, we're guys working together, so this is what I do too. But let's talk more about Instagram. Sorry, being real here, right? Right. I'm talking to the computer. That's how it works sometimes. It's a bit weird, isn't it? But I'm going to do that now. Okay, so exactly, I'm talking to people. So what does it mean being authentic? Well, I guess this right here, I have my daughter sitting next to me. She's really tired and wants to sleep, but hey, I'm sharing this with you because, this is my life and I want my audience and my followers or my community to be part of that, at least to a certain extent. It also means that your community has or is building trust in you. This can look like this. If I, for example, would promote every day something on Instagram, like products, like very random products that have nothing to do with me or with my family or with my home or what I do, they would know. So I try to stay away from anything I wouldn't use on a normal day-to-day basis, or I wouldn't buy myself. Very important, the next one, you should live your life and your online presence according to your own values and beliefs. So don't try to be someone you're not. If you're religious, that's perfectly fine to portray on your platform because that is you. If you're vegetarian or if you have any strong beliefs, like make them heard because essentially you only want to connect with people who are on the same wavelength as you. Does it make sense? I hope so. Exact. So you should communicate those values because it's you, all about you as a whole person. One other fact is that you should definitely show up on a regular basis and show up for others because this is what you would do with your real life friends. So friends you see on a daily basis. Why do I call them friends in my online community? Well, I spend a large part of my day on Instagram communicating with loads of people around the world. And I really think it's fun. And I also I was lucky enough to actually meet a few in real life. So, virtual friends turned real life friends. And that's fun. I work for myself. I don't have colleagues. So Instagram and everyone on it sort of became my own little office where I meet my virtual colleagues every day. Yeah, be real, show the messy, talk about your path, how you got there, what struggles you have, how you may have overcome them. Maybe that's something, your followers would like to learn. We don't have to always say like, oh, we're super successful, making tons of money and, life is bling bling. Because most of the time it isn't. Like, yeah, I have a homeware shop, but I'm not making tons of money from it. Could probably if I would use more marketing, but I don't. And that's okay. Or my house is definitely not always Instagram perfect, but my followers know that because I tell them about it. My daughter there, right? That's real. It's part of me. It's part of my life. So I'm going to share that. And Instagram's a smart one. They have loads of tools to do exactly that. Different ways how you can communicate yourself, your ideas, your points across the whole platform. So you all should be familiar with Instagram. So we have the images, which are perfect for leaving a result of something and a permanent marker on your profile. I mean, the images as such are the ones that could portray your branding, if it's colors or if it's like a scheme, the way you build your feed. But don't pay too much attention on feeds because let's face it, we see posts mainly in our newsfeed, or is it called newsfeed still? And you don't actually, it's very rare that you go on a person's profile and check the look. My look, that's more for me. But basically images are good for something that grabs the attention of your follower and makes them read the caption. Captions, mega important. I should actually have put them in the presentation because they're so important. They're important for all of those features I have on the left side. It's where you share information about the picture. So I try not to post a picture that is not relating to my caption because it's a bit. I share something about my day. I ask questions. Have that communication going. Sorry, lost the thread. Communication, tell something about the picture. Exactly. And, let them be part of your day. If you didn't have a good day, well, tell them. If you had a good day, great, tell them. And wish everyone a good day. It's always good to wish people a good day. The story feature, that one I try to use every day. And that I use mainly to show progresses on DIYs, tell people what's going on in my day, going on in my life. If there's anything I have. I hope there's no one Swedish on here right now. I need to mute you for just 1 second. I don't know how to mute me because I don't want to share that with everyone. So sorry about that. 4-year-old on the toilet. Anyway, not going to go deeper into that. So yeah, story feature, trying to be real, be funny, just what you're up to. It's a great way. If someone doesn't want to watch it, they just swipe over. Doesn't hurt you. Igtv. So that has been around for a while. For me, that's a bit like a visual blog post, and which is great for longer tutorials where you really want to show your audience, like in detail, what did you do there? Always great to refer to a blog post if someone prefers reading instead of watching. Reels, the new thing of Instagram. Okay, they're not that new, but took that from TikTok. Use 30 seconds of fame. It's basically an attention grabber, perfect to direct to another post, such as a blog post, or you show a quick, like, how this transformation happened in, like I said, 15 or 30 seconds. You don't get a lot in 30 seconds. I'm struggling with that. I'm still working on Reels as a whole. And I know lots of people use it as a fun thing, like to do funny things, but I'm struggling with the funny part because don't really know what to, I'm not very funny when it comes to, okay, I'm going to be funny now. So let's leave that. Shopping, not everyone has that, but I'm registered as a retail business. So I have a shopping tab and I'm able to tag the products from my website on Instagram, which is great because it helps my audience immediately to see if something is, if there's something in the image that they can buy from me. Or otherwise, the old function, you can tag if you want to tag the brand or business where you got it from. There are also other apps like To Know It, I believe, where you can, I think, screen grab everything and sort of give the sources to what you bought. But that only works, I think, on the American market. And since I'm not there, I can't use that. And then one of the newest features, blog. I don't know if you've seen that, but some profiles have now a blog tab. And that's that basically is like a blog for Instagram, which is pretty cool when you think about it, that you can write a whole blog on your little page, right? Again, I haven't used that. I'm planning on maybe doing some shopping edits and mood boards in a while. So you can see loads of features to engage with your audience and loads of ways to stay authentic. The most important part for me is really that you find your own voice. You could even, I haven't done that because I never had really a problem with the fact of going in the camera. Okay, I still don't like doing stories when I'm, in front of my family or my husband. He's not here right now, so that's why she's running a bit wild. But you could pre-record yourself and watch it and just see, are you performing, or is that something somehow like you would be on a, with your friends. Also what I said there. Yeah, you should pretend you're talking to friends because essentially you are doing that. And you will notice that after a while, if you show up, if you engage, if you ask questions, if you have a proper two-sided communication, you'll make friends. And that's what I think is the best part about that platform. And one thing that I think everyone should do is ask for feedback. So once you make friends, also like people you maybe converse with on a regular basis, you should absolutely ask them for feedback. Maybe if it's about your picture quality, or maybe you see something they do that you like, just ask, how do they do it? Is there something I could do better? Or, just say like, hey, give it to me, black and white. Am I doing okay? Or am I making a bit of don't really know, something out of me? But then again, you can't really. It's Instagram. Those stories are up for 24 hours. And even if you don't like something, you can always delete it. If Instagram is saving it, they might, but hey, what can we do? Righty, I think we have a question here. What do you do when your follower growth gets plateaued? Ooh, should I answer this live? I don't know if you guys see this question, but so the question was, what do you do when your follower growth gets plateaued? Well, actually, just before I came on here, I saw I lost followers. I went from 76,000 followers to 59. Now 79 come up and 9. I lost followers, and it happens every day. I think I lose on an average probably 300 to 500 followers every day, and usually gain about the same. But that's just life. Every day, so many people join Instagram, but just as many stop using it, and that's sort of the natural goal, the natural game of it. If you plateau and you're concerned about it, maybe it's time to investigate a little bit. Like, okay, do I post a lot? Do I maybe just post 3 times a week? Maybe I should post 5 times a week. Are there any images that used to perform better than the ones I've maybe been posting recently? Maybe you should just repost it. Try something new. And the most important part is just that don't get too hung up on it. Like, every single person is struggling with it, and I have friends who are like way up there, in the 200 to 300,000 follower games, and when they had sort of their boom, they didn't know why. It just happened. I also have basically few friends who are, or not. I know people can get frustrated with the fact that their business or the Instagram page might get buried among others. But at the end of the game, we should always remember that it is a free platform, and that we can market ourselves in whatever we do. If we run a shop or a service, we can market ourselves for free, which I think is a great way to look at it. If we want to engage with an audience beyond our reach, we always have the option of paying for it via the advert. Yeah, so I'm trying not to take it too serious. Next question. What was your strategy for the current algorithm change? Did they change again? Honestly, I don't pay attention to that. I just do what I do. I try to post when it fits. I try to be fairly regular. I have been a bit sloppy with that lately, probably. That's why I'm losing you guys. But stuff just sometimes happens personally. Like, I had like other stuff going on, so that's why I was a bit sloppy. But I don't follow algorithm changes. I know there are Facebook groups who talk about that and dissect it into the smallest detail. But honestly, it would kill me to try and get beyond that, because we won't. So I just try and stay happy, positive, see Instagram for what it is, a good platform to meet new people, reach an audience I wouldn't have met otherwise, and connect. Next question. What's your posting schedule, and how do you manage posting every day with all that's going around? I don't post every day. I think at my best times I posted 5 times a week, and I think currently I'm down to like 2 or 3. So I am trying to post at least every second day, but we all know that, as you said, stuff goes around you. So there are days or weeks when I'm a bit lazy. Otherwise, I usually post when I cook dinner. So I got like an hour of that. It's funny, right? So I cook dinner and I engage and see what everyone's up to. Or I do it before I pick up my daughter from kindergarten. So I try not to do it when she's around and wants to play, because that's just a bit odd. Ooh, one more question. Why should one consider doing content on Instagram? How has it been beneficial for you? I think you mean in the way, why should one start an Instagram account like that? Well, for me, it started off as I did my diploma in interior design, and I wanted to essentially work as an interior designer. So I thought it would be a great idea to have an Instagram, right? Because interiors are all about visuals. So I started out and I tried to copy a few other people. I thought I like what I thought of what I wanted to my Instagram page to look like, and it sort of naturally just progressed into what it is now. So I used it mainly as a creative outlet. And now, how has it been beneficial to me? Well, I got great chances. I got to work with great brands. I got to meet great people. I learned a lot. I'm like always inspired, which is so cool. Like, you see people you admire and then they just do another great thing and suddenly you're inspired and all that. So yeah, I just think it's fun. And when I'm looking on a more analytical side, I know that, for example, my web shop and my websites, traffic comes 2/3 from Instagram. So it's pretty good, right? Another question. You guys are on fire. Did you find ample amounts of clients from your Instagram? No. No. Not on the interior side. I found custom mural, which is quite funny because that is something I do only locally. So there I actually found people, or they found me. Interior wise, I had a few, but a lot actually is referrals and word of mouth, which is amazing in that sense. However, content creation for brands, that comes solely through Instagram. So when I'm looking at it from an income stream, maybe 50-50 if I put everything together, because since the traffic to my website comes from Instagram, and to the website, I mean the shop. So yeah, definitely beneficial in that sense, but actually interior design clients, mainly not on Instagram. One more question. I really like your account. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Can you give some secret tips on branding my page? Well, you could send me a message so I can look at your page and then we can talk about it. But apart from that, just see what others do. Like if you admire someone, see what they do. Put together your own little mood board. Like, do I like this color, or do I like that, or that look, or and then just go from there. I mean, there's no harm in if you copy someone. Actually, funny story. After I put up my first website, like it went through so many changes. I really liked it. I was so proud. And then another person sort of started following me and started engaging with me. I think I had only just a few thousand followers at that point. And, I still try to reply to everyone. And, because that's nice. And also, you never know who you wouldn't meet if you wouldn't reply. And then after a while, I was like, oh, cool. She's also starting out as an interior designer. And then I looked at her website and I was like, but that's my page. Like, it was copied like almost one-to-one. I'm like, that's a bit odd. But then I was like, no, actually, that's cool, because that means that I'm doing something right. And basically, that's how I started too. I look what other people do. So, and eventually you find your own way. There's no harm in rebranding, especially in the early stages when you're still trying to find yourself. Sorry, I just need to listen if the child is still well. She is good. Okay, so if I don't get clients, how does your Instagram help you generate revenue? Sponsored posts, big thing, working with brands. So, and generating or driving traffic to my webshop. That's pretty much it. So, got sponsoring when you work with brands, and then you got the site traffic that is basically driven to an external place. Wow, so many questions. We have to cut it. We have to stop soon because just got to sleep. But I want to answer those. Okay. How does one stand out with so many influencers, bloggers, and brands crying for attention and doing similar things? It's a very good question. Let me think about that. Well, I think this is really important when we talk about stay authentic, because people will know if that's not you. You know, if you show up one day and you be like, oh, hello, and then the next day you come in with like, "Da, da, da, da," it just doesn't work. Just try to be yourself, because people know that. And I think they appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I also, even when I follow a business page, which I know is pure business, if it's like a marketer, or if it's a shop, I tend to only follow if I know the person behind it. Because for me, it's all about making personal connections with someone. And even if I don't talk to that person, but I want to feel like I'm part of their day. I hope that didn't sound creepy. I'm like not a creepy person, but you know what I mean. Sort of if I can relate to them as a person, that's really important to me. But I also feel like that's so individual that it's really difficult to give tips on that in that sense. But I know the normal tips are create content, show up, and be authentic. So I hope I can give you, I gave you some sort of insight in that, how I go about that. Yeah. A question about prices. How to price sponsored posts. I only have 2,000 followers. Yeah, see, I was really rubbish with that. I don't think I charged anything until I was like way into my 30, 40, 50,000 followers. And that was wrong, because a brand as such, it doesn't matter. Like, okay, another funny story. I started a side business like 2 weeks ago. That is a reason why I wasn't really on my current page. And with that, it is that I'm actually looking at really small accounts who being really personal with their followers. Like, you know, they may have just 400 followers or something, but I can see how they interact, how often they're online, where's their audience based, and all those factors then would go into me as a brand now evaluating if I want to work with them. So say you have 2,000 followers, and those 2,000 followers are exactly in that spot where I need them to be. Like if it's like an area or a country or a city, depending on what I am doing as a business. Like let's say I don't know what you do, anonymous attendee, but easy example, if I'm an event location, right? I'm in an event location and I follow you and I see you want to work with me. You first need to live in the same spot I am living in. Your followers need to live in the same spot, because if I live in town A, but all your followers live in country C, they won't come and visit. So, you know, they wouldn't come and visit my event. So I wouldn't pay you money. But if all of your 2,000 followers live exactly in town A and, you know, I can see that you engage with them, I probably would pay for that, but I don't know how much. I know there is a formula, and a really great website for that is, can I write something in the chat? Oh yeah, look, I can type an answer. I think it's called the Marketing Hub. And for that you can put in your Instagram name, and I'm trying to find that on my telephone. Yeah, it's called Influencer Marketing Hub. And there they suggest how much you should charge. And that's fairly broad. But again, it might give you an idea on that. Marketinghub.com. I hope everyone can see that answer now. If not, influencermarketinghub.com. There you can sort of check what they give as an, you know, as an average, or what you should be able to charge based on based on your stats. Do you reach out to other influencers on Instagram to build possible relationships in the community or increase the reach? Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, I have a core gang of maybe 20 to 30, maybe 40 other influencers who I talk to almost on a daily basis with. If it's just a comment here or there, a chat, or, you know, a little video call, but we definitely help each other out. And it's really useful, like in the sense of, you know, I share them, they share me, and we constantly sort of have something going. And I do share on a regular basis also accounts that are, you know, way smaller than me, but I get shared by accounts that are way bigger than me. So I think that's all about, if you're authentic, you know, you have it so much easier creating not just a connection to your audience, but also to people who do the exact same thing as you. How do they say? Like, there is a piece for everyone. So that whole thing of being jealous or it's just not a good look. You can be envious, but even then, in my experiences, if I had a question about, you know, even money related, like in sense of, hey, how did you get to work with that brand? People answer that if you ask. Like, if you ask me, I probably would answer you if I have the answer. So you don't get if you don't ask, basically. But that's just me. But again, I have never not gotten an answer. So yeah, just ask. So if you have a question about who I work with, you know, just shoot me a message. Right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Christine, for all your tips. I really enjoyed this webinar. Well, thank you very much. Again, sorry that it was a bit of a rocky start today. If you have any questions, just shoot me a DM or an email. That's totally fine. Like I said, right now I'm a bit sloppy with Instagram. I hope to be back full in force next week, and you can absolutely send me a message and I will reply. Yeah. Is there anything else you should be doing? Oh yeah, since we're talking about, I didn't say the word, I want to say faktiskt, which is basically the Swedish word for actually. So not that you think I'm swearing on this chat. Right. One thing actually that might help you. So if you're an influencer or have an online business, you should look what, like I said earlier, you should look what other people do, right? So what helped me in that sense is when I had my first blog, that again, I looked what others did, but there are also so many great informations out there on how to run your online business or how to start a blog, how to find clients. But the problem with most of this is it's very time intensive. Sorry, I should have talked at the beginning, right? So it's very time intensive. I spent literally months like looking through the internet to find tips and how-tos and all that. But Foyr, you know, the platform we're on right now, I don't know if you know, but they just released an ebook on how to build and grow your e-design business. And I got my copy this morning and it's amazing. Like, so many informations all in one spot. So I think you should go and download that. I don't know if Ryan can pop in that link in the little chat box. Like I said, I'm a complete novice still when it comes to Zoom. I use a lot of Google. So I hope you get to see that link where you can download that ebook, because I think it will be really helpful, even if you not have like a store or even if you're not a designer, but just to see, you know, how to go about finding clients, how to build your audience, especially now in that sort of really technical day and age. So yeah, I think that was it. And I think I really should go and look after her, right? I feel so bad right now. She's playing in her room, bless her. No, but it's bedtime here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on Instagram or in my mailbox or on here again in the future. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good evening. Bye-bye.